Bitcoin versus the banks. Can the real criminal please stand up? Please stand up. Hey, ho, hey, ho, hey, ho, hey, ho. Wait, Lambo, wait, so you're telling me that you want to start your own bank? Really? Lambo and Associates? Huh. You might be onto something there, bro. We'll talk about that in a second, alright? Hey guys, welcome back. Today is Friday, March 29th, 2019. And today we're going to be talking about, you guessed it, the banks again. Alright, well, hey, you know, at this point, we're back to basics, as you guys already know. So we're talking back to basics. Well, why did we get into Bitcoin and crypto to begin with? So that's what we're going to be talking about. I mean, well, not that. I mean, but, you know what I'm saying. You saw the beginning. Alright, man, it's getting dark. It's clouds. It's cloudy. See, look, as soon as I mentioned the banks, you see it just got cloudy and dark in here. I swear, it had nothing to do with it. It was them. Alright, well, the reason we're talking about banks today is because as I was going through, you know, the crypto news and trying to figure out what I was going to talk about today, there was a bunch of other things going on. Besides what I'm going to be talking about today, within my Discord group, the last like 3 days in a row, literally, it's been just hectic and crazy as hell in there, as I have, you know, people that are supporting XRP and Ripple and others that are not supporting XRP and Ripple, and then just that whole situation. In fact, it got so bad, and bad in a good way. I love these discussions, you know, that's why I have the Discord and I have all that stuff. But anyways, it got so out of hand that I decided to create my own room, and another room within the Discord, literally called the XRP Battleground. So anyone can just go in there and say their 2 cents, or however many cents you guys want to donate to the cause of that discussion. So I opened that up. And now, you know, let's just segue straight into the banks. But before I do that, I want to give just a quick shout out to all of you guys out there. Thank you so much for all the help that, you know, I've gotten, again, since yesterday and moving forward. Every single piece of, you know, whether it's advice or financial help or what have you, thank you so much. If you're curious as to what I'm talking about, just watch tomorrow's video. But seriously, guys, I'm beyond crazy humbled, and it's just every single day that situation is snowballing and in a good direction, and literally because of you guys. So seriously, thank you, love you guys. You guys are the best. And all right, let's enough of the mushy stuff. Let's get back to today's episode. All right, well, the article I was that I came across earlier today was literally posted on Toshi Times, and this is what the article reads: big banks are anti-Bitcoin, but have paid over $243 billion in fines since 2008. And again, you know, just to reiterate on that, banks have paid $243 billion in fines for doing illegal activity. The market cap for all of crypto is literally $110 billion less. So again, the crypto market cap is 134 billion, and the bank fines in that same amount of time has literally been 243 billion. Okay, that's the insanity of it. So, you know, if you just go back to like 2017, whether it was mid to late 2017, you know, most of you guys bought crypto and Bitcoin, you know, through your bank account. You know, you use your Chase bank account, your Bank of America, Wells Fargo, whatever, to, you know, to tag it to Coinbase or what have you, buy your crypto and do whatever you were going to do. Hopefully you didn't buy too much at the high, but hey, we all did, right? Hopefully you did more selling than buying. But again, that's in the past, way in the past. The point is that throughout 2018, literally all these banks, one after another, they started literally getting away from allowing you, the customer, the client, to purchase Bitcoin. Literally because they did not meet anti-money laundering laws. or what is it, or rules and regulations and so on and so forth. So for example, you know, Wells Fargo, Chase, what have you, you know, they would literally say, you know, what they were saying is that, listen, we cannot allow you to purchase Bitcoin or crypto only because we don't know if you are going to be using that for money laundering. We don't know if you're going to be using that for, you know, nefarious reasons. And so since we have no idea what you're really going to use this for, and we in our minds are already projecting, okay, what we think you're going to be doing with this stuff. So, you know, we're not going to allow you to purchase this stuff. And if you try to, we're going to block you. All right. And, you know, as time is going on, as we are fast forward to today, you know, now, you know, they're already starting to clamp down in certain senses in certain countries and certain places around the world where, hey, if they even know that you have Bitcoin or they see you purchasing or that whole whatever, just the idea that you might have any Bitcoin or crypto, you could be in very, very, very big trouble. So obviously, you know, what's that doing to crypto? Again, it's bringing it back underground. But, you know, just like, you know, there's some countries that are kind of crypto friendly, give or take, there's a lot of countries that are becoming extremely crypto unfriendly overnight. And again, this is being led by the banks. So as I was reading the story, you know, just a little bit of brief history, as you guys already know, you know, just as recently as a few months ago, you know, places like Deutsche Bank and other, you know, central banks and other major banks have been literally been raided by authorities because of, you know, them being involved in, you know, scams and not scams, in money laundering schemes and money laundering situations. Again, Deutsche Bank, you know, 200 billion in money laundering, literally. HSBC has been time after time after time, not only, you know, behind laundering money for drug cartels and other entities out there, literally, they have been found guilty in courts of law, and they just pay a few fines and they just keep doing business as usual. And as you know more about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, but especially Bitcoin, let's just stick to Bitcoin for right now. Bitcoin is an immutable ledger, meaning that if you are dumb enough to purchase something illegal on the dark web with Bitcoin, you will be tracked like that. So, you know, again, most people are using what? Like Monero. Or using other privacy coins, because people have realized, you know, that Bitcoin ain't private, and that's the point. Bitcoin is not supposed to be private. That's why they are the enemy of the banks. If Bitcoin was private, if it didn't have a blockchain, if it was just some digital whatever currency, listen, all the banks would have already been, you know, using this stuff like they do Ripple. Oh, or an XRP. What? They're not using XRP, Ripple? But everyone keeps telling me that all the banks are using XRP and the Ripple network and shit. Are you sure? I don't even know who to believe anymore. Anyways, the point is that, you know, banks, if this was in their favor, they would have already been using it. But since it's not in their favor, what they're really doing is that they're saying Bitcoin is bad, horrible, no bueno. But you know what's really good? This coin that we are creating, this JP Morgan coin, or this Fed coin, or this whatever coin, or this Deutsche Bank coin, or this central bank coin, or a you know, Bank of International Settlements coin, or World Bank coin. You know, these are the coins that are good, guys. You know, that's what the banks are telling you. And again, you know, the banks literally have a track record. Hold on. The banks literally have an arrest record, or a fucking, you know, what is it, like literally a record of misbehavior and stealing and money laundering and shit like that, that is, you know, extremely large, okay? So large. And yet Bitcoin, very tiny, very, very tiny. Same thing as most cryptos. So again, I asked you the question, can the real criminal please stand up? And if you ask most people on the street, sure, they might not necessarily say that banks are a criminal enterprise, but they will literally tell you that yes, everything that the banks do is criminal. You follow me? It's like, so they'll say like, oh my God, I can't believe that, you know, I went to the CVS to buy some gum, and just because I went over 2 cents, they charged me $30, $40 in what is it, an overdraft charge. Or, you know what I mean, or whatever, you know what I mean? Or they're charging me $10 a month just to have a bank account. Or they're freezing my funds. That, again, I'm on vacation and I'm trying to get my funds so that I can, I don't know, vacation, and they're not letting me. And they're not letting me get any money out, and they're only allowing me to get a certain amount out, and they don't believe that I am the person that I say I am. Even though I am the bank, I am the account owner, they still don't believe me, and then blah 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 blah. And it's just, you know, it's always one thing after another. Criminal activities. If you're from the street and you know anything about that kind of stuff, you know everything the banks do literally is criminal activities. Okay? Literally, you know, gangster, mafia shit, but not the good kind, you know what I mean? Like the kind of guy, you know, the kind of mafia and gangster that has so much power that they just abuse the little people, okay? And that's what the banks are doing, and that's what the banks have been doing for a very long time, and that's what the banks are going to continue to do moving forward. That is why something like Bitcoin, okay, is literally here to change all that, all right? To start making these banks and these entities out there accountable for their actions. And that's what really all this stuff really is. Besides it being a currency, besides it being, you know, a keeper of wealth, besides, you know, so many other things that go along with Bitcoin, the reality is that Bitcoin is here to defeat the banks simply because it's an immutable ledger. Sure, there's a million reasons as to why, but the reason Bitcoin is really here kicking the ass of the banks is because they are providing a service in which every human around the world wants. What do we want from our banks and our governments? We want accountability. We want to see where they're spending their money. We want to see the evidence. We want to see the proof. And why? Well, because again, these criminal entities, the governments and the banks themselves, are always asking us to prove ourselves. Whether they're asking us to show ID, or show another ID, or show a third ID, or, you know, you got to meet KYC requirements, or you got to meet a certain income level in order to bank, or you have to, you can't make these purchases, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't whatever, you can't. And again, all this is your money that you are choosing to keep in an entity that is literally not allowing you to access that money. And you know, most people, being sheeple and just being uneducated, have no choice but to keep their money in there. A lot of people discuss with me saying, oh, you need a bank account. If you don't have a bank account, then blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, listen, I understand that, you know, one nowadays, in a sense, does need a bank account in order to function within this, you know, economy or society in which they have built for us. But the thing is that I'm involved, like a lot of you guys are involved, in building a brand new economy. Super brand new economy. Super brand new paradigm. Brand new ecosystem. Brand new everything. So, you know what, guys? In this new world, you are your own bank. Okay? Your bank is either on your phone, in your head, in a USB drive, whatever. But you are responsible for your money. In fact, like I was talking to several of you guys yesterday about my story, my lemon story, my situation, and so on and so forth. Again, if you're curious about that episode, just check it out. It was yesterday's episode. But, you know, just talking to you about all this stuff and giving you a brief history of what happened to me and it happened to me a few years ago and all this other stuff. You know, again, the reality was that, you know, I lost everything. And the reason I lost everything was because everything everything had access, you know, meaning that, you know, whether it was my stuff, my money, my whatever it was, it was in a place in which others could access it. And just by that, all of a sudden, well, overnight, I literally lost everything, disappeared. And why? Because again, these other entities have the ultimate power. Because we give these banks, these entities, power over us. And when we least expect it, they take our stuff. And we have no way to either fight it or get it back or anything. Because again, when we look at the contracts and paperwork, you know, we signed up for them to steal our money. And the only reason I'm here talking to you today and literally alive and breathing was because Bitcoin and crypto saved my life. Why? Because when all this shit hit the fan, the one thing they were not able to access was my Bitcoin, was my crypto. That's it. Because they couldn't get it. They had to literally, even if they killed me, they still could not get it. Okay? Why? Because it was all here. And that's it. And just because of that, not only was I able to survive after everything was gone, again, I was able to access it, I was able to use it, I was able to function with that, again, survive. But again, you know, right now, even if you have gold and silver, you know, if it's over $10,000 or even cash, gold, silver, any one of these things, and anything over $10,000, you know, you got to declare it. And not just declare it, but if you're crossing borders or any kind of anything like that, you need to literally declare it. Otherwise, it is a major felony. That's insane. But yet, if you hold crypto, you can literally walk through borders with millions of dollars. And again, not just walk through borders, but send across the world, okay, for a minimal fee. And again, no one can stop you. No one can stop you. If you use the traditional banking system, you use XRP, you use anything like that within the banking system, there's so many traps in which, again, the money, do you need to send $1 million to Hong Kong? Yeah, okay, good luck. Oh, what, a fee? Oh, it's going to be a lot of money. You know what I mean? Like, oh, why are you sending $1 million to Hong Kong? You know, these are all the questions a bank is going to ask you. And then, you know, assuming that they even allow you to send it. Again, with Bitcoin, beep, boop, 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 beep, sent. That's it. Oh, hey, I got the money. Cool, awesome, great. You feel me? That's it. Nobody got involved, no middleman, no nothing, no nothing. You know, no taxes, no anything. Sure, there's a fee. There's always a fee. But you're gonna compare the fee, even at the height of the fees of Bitcoin, let's say $50. Again, have you ever sent money, a large amount of money over, you know, across the ocean? Yeah, okay, it costs a lot more, okay? Have you ever used a Swift system? Have you ever used anything like that? Yeah, it costs a lot of fucking money, okay? So just saying. And we already know the fees are not anything like that, and they're never gonna get to that point again. And again, we already know we have other currencies and so on and so forth. But at the end of the day, I'm gonna just bring this back full circle. With everything that we know, who is the real criminal? The one that acts and looks like a criminal, or the person that's getting accused of being a criminal by the criminal? Okay? I'm gonna let you guys decide, and I'm gonna let you guys figure that one out. But I think most of you guys already know the answer. And that really is the main reason as to why by we, I mean me and Lambo. I meant to say myself, whatever, sorry, I misspoke. But anyways, the real reason why I am in crypto, and I think most of you guys are in crypto, but the reason I'm in crypto and most OGs are in crypto is literally because it is the only tool that we have available to defeat these criminal enterprises which have hijacked the world economy. And in turn have hijacked our freedom, have hijacked everything. And this is the beginning of that battle. So guys, load up those Bitcoin, load up on those cryptos, load up on that knowledge, and really understand why you're in this, okay? Period. We're here to defeat the banks. That's literally it. I mean, sure, there's a lot more levels to this, but when it just comes down to it, that's all Bitcoin is. It's here to eliminate the banks. Again, not eliminate them completely, because just like Uber didn't eliminate the taxi, just like Airbnb didn't eliminate the hotel, but it sure made a big dent, and it sure made the whole industry not only turn its head, but again, they had to restructure their own business model in order to stay alive. Because again, if hotels were to disappear, you know, Airbnb, they would all literally become Airbnbs. If taxis disappear overnight, they would all become Ubers. If banks, if banks disappear overnight, then everyone is going to be their own bank. But again, there will be banks. There will be certain things like that. But the banks that are going to be around are going to be more of the small banks that are now working for you, the people, and are responsible to you and accountable to you. Those are the banks that are going to remain. You know, the small community banks and so on and so forth. But the big banks, the too big to fail, you know, the ones that run the world and all that good shit, guess what? They are gone. Their days are numbered. They know it. We know it. Everyone knows it, okay? So guys, I'm telling you, this is the beginning of a very, very beautiful transition. If you thought what happened in 2017, 2018 was, you know, towards the end of that, if you thought that that was like crazy awesome, man, you guys haven't seen anything yet. We haven't seen anything yet. Again, I was listening to Gary Vee the other day, and he was talking about literally the blockchain, crypto. He was talking about all these things. I was pretty surprised. He's very well versed. But he talks about it just like I talk about it. We are still crazy early. Anything you do within this space as an investor, you're investing in penny stocks. And sure, you might get lucky, but most likely you're not. Sure, you can make a few bucks here and there, but that's pretty much it. If you really, really, really want to take advantage of this situation, you got to put your head down and get to work. Again, what I'm doing, or what others are doing out there, whether they're creating their own platforms, whether they're learning how to code, whether, you know, there's a million things that we can be doing within this space, so that when we look back 10 years from now, we're like, damn, I can't believe I did that. And then at the same time, be, you know, as you're sitting in your Lamborghini or your whatever the hell, your whatever you want to drive, and you're looking at your hot wife or your hot husband or whatever the hell, and you're thinking about how you got there, you're like, damn, man, good thing I put in that work. Good thing I put in that work. And anyone that's just here, you know, thinking about the money and not thinking about the future and not thinking about, you know, again, money's great and you can make money, but you got to really, you know, think about the future here. This is not like a little, you know, thing to make some money. You know, this is, if you really want to make some money, you got to learn how to make some money. Okay, so again, it's like back in the 90s, if you were just involved in, you know, and betting on pets.com or betting on all these little whatever, you know, sure, you could have, you know, made something out of it and made, you know, whatever, but it was those people that were involved with the creation of AOL, Yahoo, Microsoft, Internet Explorer, you know, we can go down the line, Amazon, you know, whatever, like, you know, up and down the line. These are the people. You know, look at Elon Musk. Look at everyone involved with PayPal. Look at everyone involved with eBay. Look at, you know, look at all the things. Look at Elon Musk. Elon Musk literally started by creating PayPal as a solution to the situation with the banks, because Bitcoin didn't exist yet, but he was already thinking that far ahead. Eventually, he got out of it because the banks took it over. But did that put an end to him? No, look at all the things that Elon Musk has done since then, and so many others within that space that got their start early, but they've always been building and building and building. So that's why I keep telling you guys, okay, to do the same. All right? No one remembers the investors. No one remembers anyone else out there, you know, they just made a couple $100 or a couple $100,000. But everyone remembers the people that actually made an impact. Be one of those people. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I freaking love you. You guys are the best. I want to give a shout out to all my patrons. Shout out to everyone helping me out. Shout out to everyone, period, in the story. Don't forget to please like, please subscribe, please share. Please hit that bell icon. Please leave a comment. Please do all that stuff that every YouTuber begs you to do. And but more importantly than anything else, please have an amazing, great, amazeballs weekend. All right, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. I got another episode coming. It's more like a Instagram stories, Snapchat video type thing of what I did on Monday, but whatever, it's something. Anyways, see you guys there. Bye.
So many people tried to talk me out of starting a right company. It was crazy. One good friend of mine collected a whole series of videos of rockets blowing up and made me watch those. He just didn't want me to lose all my money. We're doing these things that seem unlikely to succeed, and we've been fortunate, and at least thus far they have succeeded.